Hello, I'm Luke Hatfield. I'm joined by Lewis Cox, our Shrewsbury Town reporter, here at the Shropshire Star. Lewis, we all know the struggles that Shrewsbury have had to begin the season. Portsmouth, on the other hand, who they travel to tomorrow, not doing too bad at all. Is this something of a free hit?
Well, it's a good debate, isn't it? And I think I've come up with a conclusion that it's a free-ish hit. It's not a free hit because Town are about to win and desperate for points. But, on the other hand, finding issues with Shrewsbury thinks they should be going to Portsmouth as things are and winning, the odds are firmly stacked against them for good reason, form, squads on paper, and that's not saying Shrewsbury don't have a good squad, but Pompey have the confidence, momentum, all of that, that suggests that Kenny Jackett's side should be treating this as a home win. Of course, football throws up funny things, doesn't it, where a club without a win goes and gets a result, or a club without a defeat. You'd be a brave tipster to back Town this weekend, I think, but, stranger things have happened, I would suggest. That there is still, of course, pressure for John Askey on this game. His team are 6th in the league without a win, and desperate for that first win. I think, if I were a manager, I think John Askey would snatch your hand off for a point at Fratton Park. I think if you offered him a 0-0 or a 1-1, he would take it. Probably a 1-1 because it constitutes his side scoring goals. Although he doesn't like conceding, but there you have it. They obviously need more cutting edge, need more goals. A 0-0 there would be great, the way they're going. Craig McGillivray in goal for Portsmouth, of course. He's searching for 4 straight clean sheets, which, just sort of sums it up, doesn't it? Town sort of wanted to keep hold of him, but he wanted to go and prove himself as a number 1, which he's got to do. He's got the chance to do it at a huge club, and fair play to him because he's smashing it there. So Town have got to beat him tomorrow. It's been a interesting 6-game league run of playing not very great teams, no teams that are really up there at the moment, and they haven't been able to get the win throughs. So tomorrow, it's the first time they're against a top side for this season, so it's going to be interesting to see how they fare. But this game against Portsmouth is not the true sort of benchmark for this season. It's not who they're competing against realistically for what they want. I mean, looking and reassessing it now, I'm sure they'd snatch your hand off for mid-table or to be comfortable in the middle, and that's not where Portsmouth are going to be. So, there is pressure on John Askey. I think it's a free-ish hit because I think if you lose 2 or 3 there, it's sort of expected, isn't it? Without being without sounding too negative, that's what the form book reads and suggests. So I think that's sort of a run-of-the-mill result. It's the games after that against home to Southend the following week, and games against I think Scunny and Gillingham coming up where you're more realistically and reasonably going to be judged rather than what is on paper probably the hardest game in the league at the minute, or second hardest game. So pressure, but maybe not too much.
What about team changes? Can we expect any names in or out?
Well, right back's the interesting one. Obviously, last Saturday against Bristol Rovers, Ryan Sears, the young academy graduate, 19-year-old, came in and made his Town debut in competitive football. Shone really, he was great. Didn't put a foot wrong with James Bolton out with a hamstring injury. Now Bolton, who scored the winner at Fratton Park in January, a 1-0 Shrewsbury win. While I go off-piste, Town have won the last 5 against Portsmouth. So while I say the expected 2 or 3-0 defeat, they have won 5 in a row against Pompey. But we'll gloss over that. Bolton scored the winner in Jan at Fratton Park, but he's still struggling with the hamstring. It'd be a big old show of faith to keep young Sears in at Fratton Park. Of course, Josh Emanuel, who joined from Paulhurst Ipswich, is the other option. I would suggest he's in line to make his debut. Heard really good things about him. Looking forward to seeing what he's about down there when we go tomorrow. I think he's sort of strong, robust, likes to get up and down, really physical, got really something about him, and apparently he can cover both sides of defence too. So a good option to have. I expect to see Emmanuel come in. We can debate about Shrewsbury Town centre midfielders this season until the cows come on. They've got so many. Greg Docherty on loan from Rangers was left on the bench last time out, and he's had a decent start to the season. as other midfielders have. So perhaps harsh on him. I thought Oliver Norburn, record signing from this summer, came in and impressed. Attacking threat, loved a shot. So yeah, I mean, you know, if you're talking about form, you know, Ryan Haynes was dropped a couple of games back at left back for Omar Beckles. After Haynes didn't impress too much, you know, I think Alex Gilead on the left wing could probably be looking over his shoulder. You know, possibly needs to come up with a bit more end product in terms of the crosses and maybe tracking back as well. So, you know, could Fajiri Okunabiri get a go out there? Possibly, I'd suggest. You know, central striker Liango, Aaron Amadi Holloway. There's options there. You know, does he put two up front? You know, probably not.
Be brave to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine he'll keep the midfield flooded there as it has been, but I don't think we're too far, as we've spoke about before, actually too far away from a sort of reshuffle in the system if he's searching for a winning formula. But yeah, I certainly expect the right back change for, you know, see what Emmanuel's all about. He could be the real positive from this weekend. I mean, a clean sheet down there would be superb. They've got 7 goals in 2 games, Pompey, and look the real deal. So Town up against it this weekend. You know, a point there would be great. You know, even a point could be a springboard, couldn't it? You know, you go and you sort of celebrate a backs to the wall point, a 0-0 or 1-1, and take it. And it gives you some, you know, sort of extra confidence and belief that a normal draw really would. So yeah, I mean, there's that to consider. I think it wouldn't be a bad result at all. So, you know, fingers crossed we come back up north with something and not no point.
Let's hope so. For all the latest on Shrewsbury Town and to follow the game, make sure you stay with us. ShropStar.com.